Maine's largest city is chipping away at the massive deficit of housing units. In the new year, people in Portland will have hundreds of new spots available to them right in the heart of downtown.
Those apartments and condos are going in everywhere, from old parking lots to some of Portland's most recognizable skyscrapers. We went to the experts to find out how this could address the state's staggering shortage.
If working remote was a sport,
I'm always switching it up. I'll be maybe in coffee shops.
Andrew Lockwood would lead the league.
I'm not here, most of the time.
He's a 23-year-old working for Maine Community Solar. And while he rarely works here, he plans to frequently work there, his new apartment in Maine's tallest building.
I needed something that I could walk into and just be like, I'm here, I can relax.
That building holds more than 1/3 of all 708 new housing units coming to downtown Portland. It's one of 6 projects the city has approved in the downtown area since 2021.
And a major part of that initiative is to make our zoning flexible and accommodate housing in a variety of types. It is a huge need in a variety of areas.
Kevin Kraft is Portland's Deputy Director of Planning and Urban Development. He says the city is in the midst of rewriting its land use code for the first time in more than 50 years.
We are trying to find ways to make sure that our regulations don't hinder development. Our zoning has been intentionally created to be flexible and to try to encourage housing creation here downtown.
Like repurposing parking lots. This space will soon be home to 54 new units. Or converting unused office buildings to apartments, including the iconic Time and Temperature building and the New England Telephone building.
It's something that we've planned for long term, and we're now seeing the fruition of that with the tallest building in Maine being constructed and others.
And Maine desperately needs more homes. A state report found Maine needs up to 84,000 new units by the year 2030 in order to keep Maine's economy alive and growing.
And when there's a shortage of housing, that supply, the cost of that supply goes up. If we're 84,000 units short, the value of the existing units is tremendous.
Maine's Affordable Housing Coalition believes any new units will help tap away at the state's deficit. But the agency is also calling on lawmakers to create more incentives for building affordable housing.
People feel it and live it and know people who feel it and live it. And we can't afford to wait on action.
Portland has rules that require developers to keep a portion of new units affordable. There's a whole formula that uses federally set income limits to determine who's eligible for those affordable units and what they'll pay. Bottom line, one person in a one-bedroom, as long as you don't make more than $82,850 a year, you won't pay more than $2,071 a month.
We have a demand at every end of the spectrum here in the city, whether that be low income or multi-million-dollar houses. I think we have a demand we've seen at all levels, so we welcome any supply in Portland. Anything that we can add to our housing stock is ultimately going to help with our affordability issues, both locally and regionally.
I don't mind being a little bit more cozy.
A pinch that Andrew is no stranger to.
So I actually gave that car away and just started walking everywhere.
He gave up his car so he could afford the apartment downtown.
It's becoming harder and harder to find a place that accommodates people my age that are just trying to kind of stay on their feet and kind of create a small little nook for themselves in a city.
Now, one quick note, BJ McAllister, who's the policy director for the Maine Affordable Housing Coalition, is also a contributor on Political Brew here on New Center Maine. Now, under that City of Portland rule, if developers choose not to keep 25% of units affordable, they have to pay a fee to the city's Affordable Housing Trust Fund. That fund currently has almost $9 million in it, more than $5 million of which is from COVID relief funds.